Okay, so this is 2025 GCE Mathematics, and this is paper 1. So you can see right here, this is paper 1. So we're doing paper 1, which was written by GCE 2025. Remember, it's 80 marks. So this paper 1 has got 80 marks. Okay. So it's important that you understand or you follow the instructions. This is very important. Okay. I want to show you something that is important, very, very important. Where is it? Where is it? This one. Number 6 is also important. You may fail or you may not get the marks that you're supposed to get in paper 1 because of that instruction. So when you're given this paper, there will always be a question to do with simplification. So here you're getting a 2y minus a 6 minus 6 plus 3y. So when there are brackets, mostly where people make mistakes, it's here, the negative which is right here and the negative which is right here. They must give you a positive, which you've seen right here. That's what you need to know. Okay, they must give you a positive. So here, once you get rid of the brackets, you now group the like terms. Very important. So here you're getting a 5y minus 12. And remember to write your answer here. So that means you've gotten 2 marks. For this question here, okay, so what we have is the 4th root of 16. Of course, that would be a 2, while the 4th root of 81 will be a 3. Now there's a power 3 right up here. We should not forget that. What this power 3 means, it means this 2 power 3 over 3 power 3, and we're getting 8 over 27 as our answer. Always remember to write your answer right here. We go to number 3. For number 3, we are factorizing by grouping. These two will be grouped and these two also will be grouped. So we shall have a b open bracket 2a minus 3. And then for these two, we shall have a 5 open bracket 2a minus 3 also. Okay. Okay, so for this question, you factorize by grouping. You have a 2a b minus 3b plus 10a minus 15. So what it means by grouping, you find what is common between the two terms. So b is common, we shall have a 2a minus 3 plus here what is common is a 5. So it will give us a 2a minus a 3. So we now get what is in front of the brackets. So b plus 5, this one and this one. Get one of these, 2a minus 3. So our answer is b plus 5 inside the brackets, 2 minus 3 inside the brackets. For our next question here, they want us to solve. So here we shall write 1 over 2 x is equal to 8. So move negative 8 to the other side of the equation. There's a power 2 here, so this will be x power 2 is equal to 16. When you cross multiply, 1 times x squared, it's x squared, 2 times 8, it's a 16. We now square root both sides. So this would be x is equal to the square root of 16 there will be equal to a 4. So this will give us a 4 as the value of x, so x is equal to negative 4. So you can write 4 or negative 4. We go to the next one here, use set notation to describe the shaded region in the Venn diagram. So just by looking, you can tell that, of course, A is involved. Okay, not complement, but A is involved. And then here I can say intersect B union C complement. So this is our answer: A intersect B union C complement. So question 6, a company with 6,000 shares declared a dividend of 56,000. What amount will BET receive for her 36 shares? So here we've got the total dividend as well as the number of shares which were injected there. So what we need to do here is to find how much of the amount, okay, or price per share. So how much each share is costing. And this can only be found by getting the total dividend over total number of shares, which is 6,000. So the zeros will go, we shall remain with 56 over 6. And when we divide this into this, it's giving us a 9.33. So this is how much each share is costing. It's costing what? 9.33 kwacha. So now we know that BET got how many shares? 36. So what will happen is that I will get this price per share multiplied it by the number of shares that BET had. So that is 36 times 9.33, which of course will give us a 336. So this is how much BET got. We go to the next question. For this question, they are saying the formula for find nth term of an arithmetic progression is 2n minus 3. So we know that for question A, the formula for the term is equal to 2n minus 3. I know when we talk about arithmetic progression, here people, this is where you use this formula for finding the term, isn't it? This is I know most of you think about this formula, but sometimes examiners will give you their own formula. So get that formula in front here, just write Tn is equal to what they've given you. So now to find the first term, we know that the first term will be like this, a 1 where n is 1 even here, and this of course will be like this, will be negative 1. So the first term is the negative 1, of course. You write negative 1. For question B, they've given us a situation. They want us to find the D, and they've given us the sum of the first 8 terms. We are going to use the formula for sum. Let me write it here. We shall say sum is equal to n over 2 open bracket 2a minus is it plus here? It's supposed to be plus n minus 1 d there, close, like this. So here we write 48 because they've given us the sum. So the sum is 48. For n we'll be writing 8. Wherever we see n, it's 8. Okay. For a, we just found our a, the first term, to be equal to negative 1 here. This is the a. What we found here, it's a. And then we say plus our n, it's 8 minus 1, d there, and close. Okay, so once we do this, we have a 48 is equal to 4. When we simplify here, open bracket, negative 2 plus 7d, close. Okay, so let me I'm running out of space, so let me do something down here. So if you're able to see here, this 4 can be divided or it can be multiplied throughout so that we get rid of the brackets. But since we don't want to complicate things, just divide. Okay, divide here, it will be 1 2 is equal to negative 2 plus 7d. This is 14 is equal to 7d. When 2 crosses, negative 2 crosses the equal sign, divide by 7 both sides. This and this will go. D will be equal to a 2. So the value of D is equal to a 2. And this is the A, the first term, in case you don't know. We come to question 8. If A, so they've given us matrix A, which is a negative 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 4, like that. And they want us to find A transpose, this one. So for A transpose, it will just be a negative 1, 3, 1, 2, 0, 4. Like this. So I don't know why they always ask this question, because this is a framework to say. So don't just forget to write your matrix here, the transposed one. For question B, they have given us negative 2 there, x, a 1, negative 2 here, and everything is being multiplied by 3, 1, which is equal to negative 5 and the 7 here. So here, without wasting our time, just get this row, multiplied it by this column right here. So the number which is, the entry which is starting here, which is x, will be multiplied by the entry which is here. So it will be 3x. And then which is here, the entry that's negative 2 will be multiplied by the entry which is right here. So it will give us a negative 2, which is equal to, you follow the row. This row will go with the number which is below. So that is a 7. Now solve that equation to give us a 9. Divide by 3 by 3. The value of x will be equal to what? To a 3, which is here. So x is equal to 3. We go to the next question. So for this question, they are saying the probability that gift will not be late for a job interview is 0.05. So 0.05. That's the probability that gift won't be late for a job interview. So let's do this. Probability of being late plus probability of not being late. So not being late must give us a 1. But here they've given us the probability that gift will not be late for a job interview. So we are now looking for probability of being late. So we're going to substitute 0.05 where not late is. It's equal to 1. So probability of gift being late will be equal to 1 minus 0.05, which of course will give us a 0. When we say 1 minus 0.05, there is a 0 here point. So this will be a 9.0. So this will be 0.95. 0.995. That's the probability that gift won't be late. For question B, they've given us the equation, which is a 2x minus 1 power minus 2 power x minus 1 minus 4 is equal to 0. So this will be 2 power x minus 1 is equal to a 4. 2 power x minus 1 is equal to 2 power 2. You balance the bases, so from here we know that 2 power 2 give us a 4, so we shall say x minus 1 is equal to a 2. Remember, you're not supposed to write on this part for examiners only, but me, I'm just showing you because I'm running out of space. So this is x is equal to 2 plus 1, x is equal to what? A 3. So the value of x is equal to a 3. Let's go to the next question. The next question, which is question 10. So here they've told us that p is equal to x such that 10 is less or equal to x less or equal to 20. X is a prime number. So we know that prime numbers are numbers where only two numbers are going in. For example, 5 is a prime number because there's only two numbers that can go into a 5. That is a 1 and itself a 5. So remember, in case you didn't know, prime numbers are numbers where only two numbers can go in it, and those two numbers are a 1 and itself, that number itself. Now these people are saying we find the prime numbers, or we list the prime numbers between, or should I say from 10 to 20, which are there from 10 to 20. So we shall say p is equal to 11 is a prime number, 12 no, 13 yes, 14 no, 15 no, 16 no, 17 yes, 18 no, 19 yes. So these are the prime numbers we are talking about. So 11, 13, 17, 19, like that. Okay, we now come to this question where they're saying they've given us the area of the sector. They want us to find the radius. So we're going to use the formula of finding area of a sector, which is this one right here, pi r squared. So they've given us area, which is 77 theta over 360 degrees times pi, it's a 22 over 7 times radius we don't have. So actually for pi, for theta here we've been given, that is a 45 degrees. So 45 in itself, it's a 1, in 360 it's 8, 22 there, so we shall say 2 into 22 it's 11, in 8 it's a 4. Okay, so from here we can work out things. We've got 77 equal to 11 r squared over 4 times 7. Okay, so we can cross multiply. There's a 1 here, that is 11 r squared is equal to 77 times 4 times, okay, times a 7 here. Okay, and then here we divide by 11 by 11. The 11 will cancel out. We shall remain with r squared. This 11 into 77 to give us a 7 times 4 times 7 there. So r squared is equal to, when we multiply there, 7 times 4 times 7, of course it's giving us a 196. So we square root both sides. R will simply be equal to a 14 centimeters. So the square root of 196 is a 14. So R is a 14 centimeters. That's what we're looking for. We now go to the next question here. So for the next question here, they want us to find the time difference between B and C. So time difference can be found using this formula. So just keep this formula in your head. What is our theta? Our theta will simply be equal to 40 degrees plus 65 degrees over 15 degrees. So maybe you're wondering that where am I getting this 40? Can you see where B is here? This line is passing at B, and here this one is passing at C. And when you look at this, this is 40 degrees west. Wow, this is 65 degrees east. So they are different. This is east, this is west. When you are different, you always add, and when they are the same, you subtract. So since they are the same there, so we add. This is giving us a 105 over 15 degrees. So when we subtract we divide 105 divided by 15, of course it's giving us a 7. So this is 7 hours. That's a time difference. For question B, a plane flying due south from A to B at 900 knots takes 7 hours. Find the difference in latitude between A and B. So we're trying to find the difference in latitude. Okay? Normally what we do here, there are two formulas that you need. The first formula is for finding a distance. Okay? We don't know the distance, so we're supposed to find distance, and that distance would be like this. Distance is equal to should I say speed? Let me use this formula. So speed is equal to distance over time. So the speed here was 900 knots. Okay, and then the distance we don't know, time it was 7 hours. So you cross multiply. That's a D is equal to, when we multiply 900 times 7, of course it's giving us a 6,300 nautical miles. It's not kilometers, it's in knots here, so know that the distance would be nautical miles. So now you can indicate that is a 6300 is equal to 60 theta. Okay, we are solving for theta because that's our difference. That's the difference we're looking for. So when we divide by 60 this side, the 0 and the 0 cancel out. 6 into 6, 1 into 630, it's a 105 degrees. So the difference, that would be 105 degrees. So remember to write your answers here. So the first answer was 7 hours. Wow, this one, the value of theta is equal to 105 degrees. Okay, so for question 12, they are saying if a machine that loads millimill into 25 kg, okay, bags, 25 kg bags, has a tolerance. So tolerance is equal to 0.5%. Okay, find the highest acceptable mass of any bag loaded by this machine. So for question A, the first thing that we're going to do is to write 0.5 over 100, okay, times 25 kg. Okay, so when we work out there, 0.5 divide by 100, this of course will give us a 0.05, and then times 25 kg. So when we multiply by 25 kg, this of course is giving us a 0.125. Okay, so this 0.125 must be added to 25. So we're going to say 25 kg plus 0.125. This of course is going to give us a 25.125. So this is what we were getting. So we can write that we've got a 25.125 as our what? Our highest acceptable mass. So we can do now question B. So question B, they have given us that if 12.5 of water was poured out over a 20 liters, out of a 20 liters of water, okay, find the relative error over the volume of water that remained in the container. So we're going to say 20 minus 12.5. This will give us a 7.5. So 7.5 is what has remained. So now to find the relative error, we're simply going to say RE, which is the relative error, is equal to, we know that's supposed to be absolute error over true value. So what is the absolute error here? It will be 0.05. Okay, because we've got one decimal place. Remember, when I give you a number, let's say 2, I say, okay, find the absolute error of this one. You're going to say it's a 0.5. If I give you a number, maybe a 2.4, I say find absolute error, it will be 0.05. So remember this pattern. So this is one decimal place, meaning it will be 0.05 over the true value, which is a 7.5. Remember this. So when you divide here, you are going actually to get a 1 over 150. Okay, that is when you divide. And if you want to write your answer in decimal in decimal point or decimal form, it will be 0.07. 0.07, like this. Okay, so we can write our answer here as 0.07, 7 or 1 over 50. So just write one of these answers, don't write both. I just wanted to show you. So we go now to question 13. For the first question here, they want us to find angle EOD. EOD. We are looking for this angle here. So this angle will simply be equal to 31 degrees times 2, which will give us a 62 degrees. Remember, there's a property which says that when you've got an angle going to the center, okay, and another angle coming from the same segment to any part of the circumference, this angle is twice the angle right here. So if this is 40 degrees, meaning here it will be 80 degrees. So if you're able to see nicely, this is coming from here, it goes to the center to here. So this angle, again, there is this one coming from here, touching the circumference, going that side. So we've been given 31. To find this, we just multiply 31 by 2. So now we go to question B. Question B right here. They want us to find angle A, D, C. We are looking for this angle. So now to find that angle, we can say 180 degrees minus 90 degrees. Why am I saying this? I know, of course, that the angle here, it's 90 degrees, okay? The angle here is 90 degrees, okay? So, since this angle is 90 degrees, and I've been shown these signs, that these two sides are equal to each other, meaning the angle here, okay, let's do this. The angle right here will be equal to the angle here. Can you see we've got a triangle inside there? So when we subtract this, is giving us a 90 degrees. 90 degrees is the sum of these two angles. So we can divide by 2 so that we get a 45 degrees. So this is 45 degrees and this also is 45 degrees. Now that we are looking for this, we can say 45. Okay, 45. Yeah, 45 degrees plus 18 degrees. And when we add those two, 45 plus 18, what are we getting? We are getting a 63. So this is 63 degrees, meaning the answer here is 63 degrees. We go to the last question, which looked a little bit confusing, but it's not. For us to find this angle, because they said we find angle EXD, we are looking for this angle. So we're going to say 180 degrees minus the sum of the two angles, 62 degrees plus 18 degrees. So what am I trying to do here? You can see I've found this angle. Since I've got these two angles, I can add them, subtract from 180 to get the angle here. When I get this angle here, I'll come and use property of a straight line to get the angle at x. So this, of course, is giving me 180 minus, when I add 62 plus 18, it's giving me 80. So this is 80 degrees, meaning we'll get 100 degrees. So 100 degrees, it's the angle here. It's 100 degrees, the angle right here. Now, using property of a straight line, we're going to say 180 degrees minus 100. And this will give us 80 degrees. Meaning the angle at x here, the angle at x is 80 degrees right here. Okay? So we can even show that this is 80 degrees. Remember, all these steps must be shown, okay? And you write here the answers. Okay, we've made a mistake here. It's supposed to be 60. So that's why it's important that you counter check your work. You go through your work, make sure that what you've written is correct. So we now go to question 14. Question 14, in the diagram, AB is 8 centimeters, AD is 10 centimeters, DC is 12 centimeters, and angle ABC is 90 degrees. Find the value of tan ACB, tan ACB. Okay, so we know that when it comes to SOHCAHTOA, okay, SOHCAHTOA, tan has got opposite over adjacent, of which opposite we have, okay, this is opposite right here, opposite. Okay, let's write properly. So this is opposite, we have the opposite, of course. But adjacent, we don't have. We're supposed to have the length from here to here, but they've just given us 12 centimeters. So we need to find BD. So BD to be found, we just say 10 squared minus 8 squared. So this is 100 minus 64, and this is giving us, it's giving us what? 36. So we find the square root of 36, it's 6, meaning this is 6 centimeters. So what have I just done here? I've just used the Pythagoras theorem, which says when you've got this plus this is equal to this formula. So our C was a 10 squared, which is this one, equal to our A is 8 squared plus B. So 10 squared minus 8 squared is equal to B. 100 minus 64 is equal to B. Actually, B squared. 36 is equal to B squared. Get rid of the power 2. So B will be equal to what? To 6. This is what I did to get this. So now we know that our adjacent is now what? It's now 18 centimeters. From here to here, it's 18 centimeters. So I just added 6 plus 12, it gave me 18. So we can now say tan, okay, ACB will be equal to the opposite, it's 8, over adjacent, which is what? Which is 18. And this is giving us a 4 over 9. So that's 4 over 9. Okay. So from here we go to the next question. They are saying, this is B. They are saying in the diagram, AB is perpendicular to CD. Okay. Find the equation of line AB. So for us to find this equation, we need to identify the coordinates. This is 1, 0. It's passing at 1, 0. At B, we don't know, so we have to find that. We're going to use the coordinates at D. It's a 6, 0, while at C it's a 0, 4. So we shall say midpoint is equal to x2 plus x1. Remember this formula, over a 2, y2 plus y1 over a 2. So we add, we shall say this is our x1, y1, x2, y2. So x1, y2, that is x1 and x2, that is a 0 plus 6 over 2, comma, here it's a 4 plus 0 over 2, and this is giving us a 6 over 2, comma, 4 over 2, and our midpoint is coming out to be equal to what? Equal to 3, 2. That's our midpoint. So now we know the coordinates now, that okay, the coordinates here, it's a 3, 2. We can now use the formula of finding equation of a straight line. Actually, before we do so, we can find the gradient by saying m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is our x1, y1, x2, y2. So y2 there, it's a 2, minus y1, it's a 0, over x2, it's a 3, minus 1. Here it's a 2 over 2, which is giving us what? A 1. Yeah, that's it. We're getting a 1, right? Yeah, we're getting a 1. So our m is a 1. We can now say y minus y1 is equal to m x minus x1. We find the equation of a straight line. So that's a y minus 0 is equal to 1, which is the m. I'm using now these points. So where there is y, you write 0, y1. Where there is x1, you write a 1. So that would be x minus minus 1. And this would be y is equal to x minus 1. So this is our equation. Here we can write the answer. We found the answer to be equal to, for question 1, the answer was 4 over 9. 4 over 9. Wow, here y is equal to x minus 1. So those are the two solutions for our question 14. Let's go to question 15. So for question 15, they are saying it's given that x is equal to kz over y squared. Okay, where k is a constant of variation, the table shows some corresponding values of x, y, and z. So use the information given in the table to find the value of k. So here, you must be very careful. We can't use this information here because we don't know the value of p. Also here, we don't know the value of q. So we can use now this set of information here. Our x is the 24. Equal to, our k is what we are looking for. Our z is a 16. And our y is a 2. So we can say 24 is equal to 80k, because 2 into 16 it's 8. Divide by 8, this and this will go, 8 will be equal to, k will be equal to, when we divide here, 8 into 24, it's going to give us what? It's going to give us a 3. So the value of k is equal to a 3. We can write here that k is equal to 3. We go to question B. To get the value of p, we are going to use the same formula. So this is B. We've got x is equal to kz over y squared. So the value of p here, we can write p where in place of x, okay, because it's a straight line with x. And then for k, it's a 3. We found k to be equal to 3. Z is a 6 over y is a 3. So that's 3 squared. So we can say p is equal to 3 times 6 over 9. So we can reduce here and this one, because 3 into itself it's a 1. Here it will be 3. Therefore p will be equal to 2, because 3 into 3 it's a 1. Into 6 it's a 2. So the value of p is equal to a 2. We indicate that p is equal to a 2. We go to question C. Question C, here we are finding the value of q. So for the value of q to be found, we're going to say x is equal to k z over y squared. X is a 12 equal to k, we know it's a 3, z it's 18, and y it's a q, so that's q squared. So we solve for q. So we cross multiply. This is giving us a 12q squared is equal to 318. Divide by 12 by 12. This and this will go. Q squared will be equal to, here we can reduce things. That's 1. Here 3 into, it's a 4. And then here we've got 18 over a 4. If I'm not mistaken there, because I don't want to work with bigger numbers, so I have to reduce that. Okay, so when we work out here, this of course can be reduced to q is equal to, q squared is equal to 9 over a 2. So find the square root both sides. So the value of q is coming out to be positive or negative 3 over square root over a 2. So we can say 3 over square root of 2, negative 3 over square root over 2. So those are the two answers. We go to the next question, 16. For question A, 16 here, we've got an integral 3x power 3 plus 4x dx. For this one, it will just be 3x power 4 over 4 plus 2x squared. So what has just happened here is that we're adding a 1. So let me show all the steps so that we don't lose marks. Let us show all the steps. We avoid losing marks. But when you're in university, these steps don't matter very much. So you're going to say 3x power 3 plus 1 over 3 plus 1 plus 4x power 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1. This will be a 3x power 4 over 4 plus 4x power 2 over a 2. So this will be 3x power 4 over 4 plus 2x power 2 plus c. So 2 into 2 it's a 1, into 4 it's a 2, and this is what we have. For question B, this is translation. You can also write the vector of translation, which is a 3, 2. So this side it has moved 0, 1, 2, 3, because this point is right here. So it went this way 3 steps and then downwards 2 steps, and this is how it is. So we can write our answers here. 3x power 4 over 4 plus 2x power 2 plus c. then there it's translation, and then the vector is a 3, 2. Okay, we go to question 17. So this question, when you just look at the diagram, the way it looks, you discover that this is 60 degrees angle, 60 degrees angle, 60 degrees angle. How did I know? Because all the sides are equal. So we're dealing with what we call equilateral triangle. To find the bearing of P from O. So we come here, we do our north. This is what we are looking for here. This bearing here. So for this bearing to be found, I'll take advantage of this. I'll straighten this line and then say 180 degrees minus 135 degrees. So when we work out 180 minus 135, this of course is giving us a 45. So this is 45 degrees. We know that this is 45 degrees. Now we can say 60 degrees minus 45 degrees. This of course is giving us a 15. So this is 15 degrees, meaning here it's 15 degrees. So we know that this is 15. We're going to use the property which says that the angle which is here is equal to the angle which is right here. So if this is 15 degrees, this is also 15. So you can see that this is 15, this also is 15 degrees. So you can say our answer is a 15 degrees. For the next question here, they want us to find the bearing of O from Q. So we're going to do our north here. This is north. And then we start moving up until we touch this line which is joining the two. Using this same property, you can see that this is 45 and this is also 45 degrees. So we're going to say 60 degrees plus 45 degrees. So 45 plus 60, it's giving us what? It's giving us a 105. So this is 105 degrees. Now we can use property of a circle by saying 360 degrees. 360 degrees, 60 degrees minus 105 degrees. This is giving us a 255 degrees. So actually this is a bearing. We're supposed to write 0, 1, 5 degrees. It's supposed to be in 3 figures. So that's it. And this is like this. This is our answer for question B. I mean on bearing, question 17. So we've got this here, 255 degrees. We now go to question 18. So question 18 here, they are saying the diagram shows a cuboid with a rectangular base and square ends. PQ is central. Okay, central axis of the cuboid. Write down the order of rotation symmetry of the cuboid. So the order here, the order of rotation, we know that this is rotation. It's supposed to be 2, I think. Yeah. Let me see. 1, 2. It's supposed to be 2. Order is 2. So how many, when you rotate this, will it find itself? Will it find in its original shape? So if you rotate 90 degrees, it won't be the normal shape. You rotate again 180, it will find itself in its normal shape. You rotate again 270 degrees, it won't find itself. You rotate 360 to find itself. So the order here, order is 2, of rotation is 2. So here we can write a 2. That's the order. We go to question B. In the answer space below is an incomplete program flowchart of calculating area of a triangle with base B and height H. Complete the flowchart by writing appropriate statements in the blank space. So here you just put the letters that you're able to see in small letters there. BH. Here write the formula for finding area of a triangle, because they're saying triangle. So this I'll just say area is equal to 1 over 2 BH. That's all. We go to the next question. They've given us the functions. This is question 19. So question A, we find the inverse. Okay, so we get the function which has got f, because we want to find the opposite of function f. So we shall write y is equal to x plus 3 over 2. We cross multiply, that's a 2y is equal to x plus 3. We group the like terms. Okay, or we make x the subject. This is how it will look. It will be x is equal to 2y minus 3. So the moment we do that, we can now say f inverse of x is equal to 2x minus 3. This is our answer for question A. For question B, they're saying we find g of f over x. So here we are starting with the g function, which is 1 minus 2. But where there is x here, we write the f function. That is x plus 3 over 2. So when we multiply here, this by this by this, you find that this and this will cancel out. We shall remain with a y minus open bracket x plus 3. So here it's a 1 minus x minus a 3. We group the like terms. It will be minus x minus 3 plus 1, which is minus x minus 2. That's our answer. So the last question, they are saying, that's C, they are saying we find g of f of negative 7. Meaning where there is x, put negative 7. Okay? So this is 5 minus 2 is equal to, actually 7 minus 2 is equal to a 5. So negative times negative is positive. 7 minus 2 will give us a 5. So we can write the answers for here. The f inverse of x is equal to 2x minus 3. For question B, it's minus x minus 2. For question C, it's a 5. So we go to the next question, which is question 20. The points A and B are negative 7, 1 and negative 4, 5 respectively. So A is negative 7, 1. B is negative 4, 5. Find the length of line AB. So AB, this is question A. AB, okay, is equal to the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So this is a formula we're going to use. So we shall say this is x1, y1, x2, y2. So we can now say, what is our x2? It's a negative 4. Negative 4 minus x1, it's a it's a negative 7 squared, plus here it's giving us a 5 minus 1 squared. So this, when we work out, it's giving us a negative 11, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, negative 11 squared, plus here it's a 4 squared. So when we work out, what is negative 11 squared? Negative 11 squared is giving us a 121. So this is 121. And then 4 squared, it's giving us a 16. Okay, so 4 squared is a 16. And when we add 121 plus 16, it's giving us a 137. 137. Square root of 137. Did we do the right thing here? First, let me check nicely if we did the right thing. 5. Okay, let me see. I'm just counter checking if what we wrote from the beginning is okay. Because if we say this, I think it's not okay. No, it's okay. It's just not okay here. I've seen where the mistake is. So very important to counter check your work. So the mistake was at this point when plugging in the values. So let's erase, we check Okay. So the mistake was here. I'll show you where the mistake was. Okay, so here we say -4, right? Minus -7. We didn't put this -7 inside the brackets. That was the mistake we made. So here you can say 5 minus 1. And here it will be -4 plus 7 squared plus 4 squared. Okay? And from here it will give us a 3 squared plus 4 squared. This is giving us a 9 plus 16 squared, which is equal to 25. And the answer is 5 units. 5 units as our distance. Okay, so we can write 5 units. We now go to this other question. They are saying two similar pyramids A and B have surface areas. So the surface areas there, we've got 180, question B, to 80, okay, respectively. Okay, the volume of the bigger is this one. Okay, it's 810. That's the volume of the bigger. So basically what we're going to do here, in order for us to answer this question, we're simply going to reduce here. We know that we can write this as a 9 to 4. Okay, 9 to 4. We know that a 20 can go into 189 times, into 80 4 times. So now, since it's area, we find the square root of both. So this will give us a 3 to 2. Now, they've given us the volume, which is this one. So we can now put power 3 here, power 3. This is 27 to 8. So here we write 810 to x. We now cross multiply. So it's giving us a 27x is equal to, when we multiply 810 times 8, this of course is giving us a 6480. 6480 divided by 27 by 27. This and this will go. X will simply be equal to, that is, when we divide by 27, it will be equal to 240 centimeters cubed. So 240 centimeters cubed. That is the volume of the bigger 240 centimeter cubed. Okay, we now go to 21, and more questions. 3 more questions to go. Hopefully we'll finish. So here for question 21, we can start with this one. This is y is equal to -2. Y is greater or equal to -22. Okay, it's passing at -2, and this is the y-axis which is being cut. And when you check nicely where it's not shaded, it's the top. So we get the part which is not shaded. So it's greater or equal to. For this one, we pick the coordinates. This is 2,0. Wow, this is 0,5. So we can find the gradient. We've got 0,5 and 2,0. So that's m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I can say this is my x1, y1, x2, y2. So this is giving me a 0 minus 5 over 2 minus 0, which is a -5 over 2. So now we use this formula for finding equation of a straight line right over here. This is the formula we're going to use to now find the equation of a straight line. So we can now substitute y minus y1, it's a 5, which is equal to m -5 over 2, and then x minus y2, x1, it's a 0. So here it's a y like that, minus 5, 2x, And then here it will be y is equal to minus 5 over 2x plus 5. So now we can show that this one is a y is less or equal to negative 5 over 2x plus a 5. This is the one. And the last one also, we pick the coordinates. Here it's a 1 comma negative 1 comma 0, while here it's a 0 comma 2 here, right here where it's passing. So we can say m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We find the gradient. So this is my x1, y1, x2, y2. So just plug in. It's giving out 2 minus 0 over 0 minus negative 1. So here it's a 2 over 1, which is just a 2. Our gradient is a 2. We can use equation of a straight line, or formula finding equation of a straight line. Y minus y1 is equal to m, open bracket, x minus x1. So that's y is equal to, my y1 is a 0. So 0 is equal to my m is a 2, open bracket, x minus x1 is a negative 1. Y is equal to 2x plus a 2. So this is positive. When you multiply, it will be like this. So now we can show that this is y is less than 2x plus 2. Y is equal to 2x plus 2. So you can write your answers here. Y is greater or equal to negative 2. Y is less or equal to negative 5 over 2x plus a 5. And lastly, y is less than 2x. Y is less than 2x plus 2. So the reason why we've not put equal here, equal, it's because the line here is dotted. Keep this in your mind. So it's just less, no equal. We go to the next question. So the next question here, they want us to find the coordinates of P. They've given us PQ, which is equal to, that's vector PQ, which is equal to 2, 3. And OQ is what? Is a 4, negative 4. Okay. So here, this is an origin vector. So basically what we're going to do here is to say, okay, P is x, y, and Q is 4, negative 1. So PQ, vector PQ, can simply be found by subtracting 4 minus x, y minus negative 1. So this minus this, this minus this, and this will give us what? A 2, 3 here. Okay? So we can say 4 minus x is equal to 2, negative x is equal to 2 minus 4, x will simply be equal to a 2. When we solve, this will give us a negative 2. Divide by that, it will be equal to negative 2. I mean positive 2. So the coordinates are 2, comma, for the y, we get the y equation, that is y plus 1 is equal to 3. Y is equal to 3 minus 1. Y is equal to a 2. So it's also a 2. Okay. We go to the next question. Actually, here we can write P is 2, 2. We go to the next question. So to find the coordinate,